This is the MGTOW Infinium here with another Infinium short take. This Infinium short take is entitled Bill Cosby and What This Means to Me. Now, my MGTOW brothers, I'm sure you're aware by now that Bill Cosby, who was, I think, in prison for about 3 years or so, has been freed from prison, and all the charges, the accusations and everything that were brought up against him in court have been overturned, and he has been vacated of those charges. And furthermore, he cannot be retried for that type of thing again, ever again. So he is basically a free man. He can live out the rest of his days in freedom and accordingly peace. But I just wanted to talk to you, my brothers, about what happened to Bill Cosby and what this means to me. The first thing that what this means to me is that any man can be railroaded and thrown into prison and suffer, even if they are a good man, even if they try to do right, they can go through what Mr. Cosby did, which was a dogpiling type of effect. The woman coming out of the woodwork and saying, "Oh yeah, he did this to me. He did this to me in 1965. He did this to me in 1975," that type of thing. And also what this means to me is that people like Cardi B, who admitted to drugging men, who admitted to doing all sorts of types of things to men which were criminal, can get quote unquote P passes and walk around freely as she is today without any type of penalty, without any type of court trial, without any type of thing brought against her, charges brought against her, and even in certain cases be celebrated. What this means to me as well is like people like Amber Heard, who was proven to be an abuser in her relationship with Johnny Depp, can again get a P pass, and basically Johnny Depp goes down and she gets to walk around freely, gets to go around with her life going on without anything being done to her. And furthermore, my brothers, what this means to me is that the same old thing which has been said over and over again, where women can say and do what they want to men, and they can tell us how to run our lives. They can do anything to us without any type of thing being done to them, any type of court trial, any type of thing happening to them. Women can do these things because of the feminist plantation state. And as in Mr. Cosby's case, sometimes it can take extraordinary measures to get out of the entanglement that he was in. And even at that, even though Mr. Cosby is free, his life is pretty much over with. He can no longer kind of prosper from residuals from like the Cosby Show or the whatever that show was in the I guess in the 80s, where he was the quote-unquote family man. He was the role model for black fathers, that type of thing. That show probably will not be shown again for a long time, and he can not really, I guess, prosper from the residuals anymore because of that thing that happened to him, because of him being labeled as a rapist, being labeled as a criminal, and spending time in jail. And this is not to say that I am a Cosby fan. I'm not a Cosby fan. But it's just saying that, again, men can be railroaded, can be thrown into jail, can be dogpiled upon, and accused of stuff that is unproven. And just like, I'll put it this way, just like I, as a man, I go to work, I mind my business, and yet I am regularly accused of causing trouble in my workplace. I'm regularly accused of being mean. I'm regularly accused of doing all sorts of things when I just basically stay in my area, do my work, and go. The only time I leave my area is to take lunch breaks, to take a break, to go to the bathroom. But otherwise, I'm in my area, doing my work, mind my business, attending to what needs to be done. But yet there are women and some simps walking around my workplace that, again, they can go around, accuse me of doing all sorts of things when it is clearly proven that I've done none of these things. See, that's what Bill Cosby and his situation means to me, is that any man can undergo this type of dogpiling, be brought up under false charges. Again, I, as a man, if I smile at a woman and just say, hey, you look nice today, I can be thrown into jail. I can be thrown into jail with rape charges. I'll have to fight this thing, and sometimes repeatedly I have to fight it. Unless something happens like in Mr. Cosby's case, where he can no longer, again, be tried upon those charges. But again, my brothers, what this means to me is just a confirmation that there is no benefit to me either cohabitating with or to marrying a woman in this day and age. I have cited examples where I have just been in public, minding my business, and women have tried to flirt with me for whatever reason, and I rejected them, and they became butthurt. They became angry. And when these things happen to me, my brothers, again, what this means to me is that, first of all, if I got into a relationship with these women, it would be like in Johnny Depp's case, an immediate type of issue if we got into a conflict. So let's say I said, baby, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, and she wanted to do this and do that, there would be an argument. And most of all, the police would probably be called upon me. Most of all, I would be blamed, probably unfairly, for what happened. And even in Johnny Depp's case, she could attack me physically. And again, when the police came, most likely it would be me being hauled off to jail. So, again, what Bill Cosby means to me, my brothers, is this. When these women are going around, where are all the good men? When they're running around, when these dating coaches are running around, we have a problem. What this means to me, again, is that there is, first of all, no resolution to the great war that is occurring between men and women. And furthermore, that there is no reason for me as a MGTOW man, or just as a man in general, to put myself out in terms of women. So what this means is that I no longer look forward to being married. I have thrown that out the door, so to speak. I put that out into the garbage, close the cap on the garbage can, and I have watched as the garbage truck of life has come along and picked up that can and dumped the contents into the compactor and drove away. There is no reason, again, in my mind to get married. There's no reason in my mind to have a relationship with a woman. Because again, any number of things could happen to me, not only in the present, but let's say you have a relationship, it fails, and 10 years down the road, you find yourself in court being accused of rape, being accused of abuse, when you know that you did nothing. And all you did was, as a good man, was to try to be a good mate to that woman who is now accusing you, who is now taking you to court and trying to suck away your resources. My brothers, again, I'm not a Bill Cosby fan. There's some things that he has said in the past about black men, which I do not agree with, and therefore I am not a Bill Cosby fan. But I do know, and I do realize, when a man, no matter what he's said in the past, is being railroaded unfairly and being placed in a situation where it basically is destroying his life. And what Bill Cosby and his situation means to me is that I, as a regular old working Joe, could have the same thing happen to me. And I could wind up in jail, basically on false charges. So my MGTOW brothers, again, I've always said to consider the things that are going on around you. Consider the things that happen to these rich men. Consider what the consequences of having a relationship with a woman could be to you. And consider that your freedom as a MGTOW has an incalculable price to it. And that freedom should be protected. Again, there is no benefit to you, my brothers, to either cohabitating with or to marrying women in this day and age. It is also why, my brothers, I just basically have stopped helping women overall. I've had several situations where women have come up to me, and like in one case, she says that she's saying that she's having a terrible divorce, and I need money and I need help, and I don't know what to do, and I just basically put my hand up to her like in a stop fashion and said, that's not my problem. Which, of course, she got ticked and went ballistic on me. Don't you put your hand up to me. So, and again, I've seen women that with the hood up on the car, and I know I have the technology now to help them, give them a jump or whatever. I just keep on walking. I have seen situations where women are battling a guy on the street and they're having a big fight and the woman is screaming for help. I just walk away. Again, there's no benefit to me to try to white knight, to try to help women, to try to do anything. Because I found, again, like in Mr. Cosby's case, because I'm sure he had helped some of these women who accused him of what he did. The same thing has happened to me, where I've helped women and either they were ungrateful or they accused me of doing something that I did not do. So again, my brothers, the world that women have created, I don't want to be a part of it. And that world is the feminist plantation state where they have all the cards in their possession. So that means only for me as a MGTOW man and for you as a MGTOW that the only alternative is to continue along the MGTOW road, which takes you to freedom and puts you ultimately in a place of freedom. There is no alternative for you, my brothers, but to do what you need to do in terms of going in the direction that you need to do as a MGTOW. This is the MGTOW Infinium, and this has been an Infinium short take. My MGTOW brothers, as always, stay safe, stay strong, stay on the MGTOW path, and remember, MGTOW is the liberation of men's minds. MGTOW cannot and will not be stopped.